Take two.
He forgot to take the hippo's hand smack at that time.
Well,
Okay.
welcome to Beers Planning number 16, August 9th.
Yes.
I got the month right this time.
Yeah, you did.
2020, quarantine week 17 or 18, I think.
I think so.
Here in California. It's a lot. I don't know.
It's a lot.
As you can see, we've moved our show from the backyard to Fantasyland.
Yes.
It was too hot
Butterflies
outside.
and-
Turns out the weather's about 76 degrees and temperature controlled here in Fantasyland.
That's true.
So it's really, really nice.
No breeze to speak of, really.
You know, you may be wondering to yourself, why in the fuck does that guy even have one of those? And it's a fine question. And one day I'll explain it to you, maybe later in the show. It's a story of a guy and his dreams and his hope to pass things on that no one else
We
wanted
had
to
a
do.
party, so we needed backdrops.
It's
Okay.
usually where it starts.
Spoiler
Had a
alert,
party.
Callie. Jeez.
Jeez. Trying to, part of shows you tease
You're
to
welcome.
keep the people interested.
All right. Well, hopefully some people will be joining us here and chat us up. If you have any questions, feel free to send them. The pouring is happening in a minute here. Today's tasting is all kettle sours. If you know what a kettle sour is, we're not going to try to explain it because I don't really know what a kettle sour is either. I believe it's a sour aged and done in kettles.
It's a beer.
It's a sour beer, which is a different type of yeast and fermenting process, and then it is aged in kettles. Yes.
But it's very different. I have trouble understanding the kettle sour idea because regular sours are just so vastly different from the kettle sours.
Yeah.
Kettle sours usually are kind of sweet.
They do tend to have more fruit.
They definitely have tartness, don't get me wrong, but they're kind of sweet, which is nice. Versus regular sours. I would not want to do a show where we just got 5 wild yeast sours.
Wild yeast sours, yeah. I'm not big on the wild yeast sours.
I'm not sure I could drink 5 pints of that between us over a 2-hour period. Or
I'm
whatever.
not sure I could either.
To finish things. So kettle sours, though, we're going to do this.
Yes.
We got a beautiful background, some butterflies, so it's going to be great. So that's today's show, kettle sours.
Kettle sour.
We were going to do it blindfolded, but then we decided not to. Because it turns out they're all kind of reddish in color. So we don't really need to.
Yeah. We were worried that we'd be able to tell which one was which from the color of it since they're all going to be pinkish red. But they should be a very nice with the lighting and stuff.
They should look really good. So I know that some of you tune in just to hear about what we did over the last week because you're super interested in our lives. So we're going to tell you about yesterday's experience.
Yes.
Yesterday, we did another beer trip
Beer road trip.
to Auburn, actually, for the most part.
Yes. Spent most of the day in Auburn.
We made a couple stops on the way there. We stopped at Fleet Feet and Total Wine and New Glory to drop some kegs off stuff there. But our actual beer drinking occurred in Auburn.
Yes.
So the first beer place we stopped at was Crooked Lane.
Crooked Lane.
Shane, you want to tell us about Crooked Lane?
Crooked Lane. Gorgeous facility. We're pretty sure it was basically
Gotta be a classic auto
old
shop
car
complex.
dealership, maybe. They had tons of outdoor seating that they had sectioned off in the front and actually dropped some basically curtains to keep the shade in, and then also a courtyard area that was kind of fenced in off to the side where we could order beer. Misters, which were I think a little heavy-handed, but it was kind of hot, so it was okay. There were some interesting people in attendance, but we will say this: both of us, all 3 of us actually who were there, agreed that was quite possibly the single best taco truck tacos we've ever had.
It was really, really
They
good.
were amazing.
Yeah, that's actually part of my rant paper later. But the tacos were great. I took a photo of that company. I would give it to you, but I can't because it's on my phone. We're using my phone.
There you go.
It was very, very good. The beer's good too. The beer is good at Crooked Lane. Don't get me wrong. The
Beer was
beer's
good.
fine. We didn't walk away with any 4-packs though,
No,
so it wasn't great.
it was good, solid IPAs,
They
but
are all
nothing,
red.
nothing
That's the right one.
to speak of. And to answer your question, Andrew, no, Corey does not own any shirts with sleeves.
Actually, I almost put on a shirt with sleeves this week, and I was like,
1, 2.
Okay, 1, 2,
So-
3, 4, 5. Got
great question, Andrew. So I actually almost did use a shirt with sleeves this week. But I've looked back at all of our videos, and it turns out in the 15 videos that we've already posted, I'm only wearing sleeves in 1. So I was like, nah, fuck it. I'm going to keep the theme going.
That makes sense.
Plus, it's summer, and we're usually outside, so it's crazy hot. How
That is
come no
true.
one asks if Shane has an unlimited supply of beer work shirts?
The answer to that is I do. I have an unlimited limited supply of beer work shirts. My wife has actually
I
decided
agree.
I'm not allowed to buy any more beer work shirts.
You know, so that's that. All right, so let's continue on this yesterday. So great time. Seriously, bomb ass tacos.
Oh, and good beer, and again, good setting, good environment, great taco.
They ship, and their shipping's pretty good actually. It's not too bad. So then after we left Crooked Lane, we went into Knee Deep, which probably had the most shenanigan-y experience of the day.
Yes.
Knee Deep makes good beer. Their big one is Breaking Bud. You've almost assuredly heard of it if you're in the Bay Area. It's pretty good IPA. I like their Stout a lot. Their Stout Hello. I think it's really good.
Yeah.
Their beer's good. I think they have a lot of really nice beer options.
And the facility was nice.
Yeah.
I mean, the outside left a little bit desired because it was just the parking lot, but the inside facility was gorgeous.
At least it had shade. We were there at the right time, though, so the giant warehouse was like blocking the sun for
That
us.
is true. We were there at the very right time. That is true.
So that worked out okay. God, these fucking beers are beautiful.
Aren't they just?
So
But the shenanigans.
The shenanigans. So the Knee Deep shenanigans is actually part of my rant. So those of you who are in California know that Comrade Newsom has engaged this rule that says you cannot drink the beers unless you have the foods. Not just the food, like a bag of chips, which is kind of the way it was initially. You got to order, in theory, an entree for every single person in your party. Look, I like to beer hop and have a beer at one spot and go to the next spot, to the next spot. The truth is, look, I'm fat, but I can't eat 6 entrees in a day.
No.
It's really hard.
Yes.
If you ever have to do like one item shared for your party, like a mozzarella stick appetizer, or even like a wing appetizer, or even just like a burger or a sandwich, you just sort of share for whoever's hungry. Like, that's fine. I think that's fine. I can do that at every spot. I can get a snack at every spot. I can't do an entree at every spot. So we ended up with an entree at Crooked Lane, which was tacos, but we went light on purpose because we knew we were going to get more.
Share it.
So then we went to Knee Deep, and Knee Deep was forcing me to do an entree per person.
Yes.
And unfortunately, they weren't good. It was
No.
like supposed to be a food truck. It was like $8 for some chicken tenders,
Two chicken
$12
tenders.
for some sliders. It was 2 chicken tenders and some fries.
And
Pretty
frozen
sure it was
fries.
all frozen.
Mm-hmm.
It wasn't great. It
The
wasn't
slider
a great
meat
experience.
was not frozen. It was pretty clear. It was at least they were handmade patties,
no
but
flavor
they
to
didn't
them.
have any flavor to them. You know, I got basically what I think was KC Masterpiece barbecue sauce to dip the tenders in. The tenders were dry. But again, it was $8 for 2 tenders and French fries. We're just like,
I mean, the fries were fried well at least, but they were still frozen fries. It was really expensive though. So then, I think it was 12.
Yeah.
Yeah, we left. So we left there. We didn't need to go there either, actually.
nope.
And then we went down to Moonraker, which is literally you can walk.
Yeah, basically. walk out the back
Moonraker,
heading.
Moonraker was the spot we were at the longest for a couple reasons. Number one, the mozzarella sticks we ordered as our one group appetizer took about an hour to get to us.
It took an hour.
Those of you who are familiar with mozzarella sticks know that they take about 5 minutes.
Yep.
You just sort of fry them.
Put them in the fryer.
So yeah, I think that they had a small food truck there, and the small food truck was just overwhelmed.
Yeah.
Everyone had to
It
get
was
something.
packed.
It was really busy. They have great beer though. We did
They
walk
got
away.
very
We did walk away with cans.
We did.
So that's good. They have a
And
bunch of
new
really
friends.
nice stuff. Oh, and new friends. We met a new friend. Her name was Danny.
Danny.
She is
The
a high
teacher.
school teacher
Yes.
from like Lincolnish.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah. So she saw us playing cards. We tend to play cards at these things whenever it's just
We do.
Shane, Amber, and I. We tend to play hearts, which is a game you can play with 3 players, but the truth is it's better with 4.
Yeah,
She
Denise.
saw us playing cards. She's like, "What are you guys playing?" And we're like, "We're playing hearts, right? We're 3-player hearts." She's like, "Oh yeah, that's fine." She's like, "Do you guys want a 4th?" And we were like, "Do you have COVID?" She's like, "I promise I don't have COVID." And we were like, "Yeah, we'll take it."
And she
Sounds
proceeded
exactly
to kick our
like
butts.
something might happen.
We did watch them walk in. They were masked up. The
They were.
boyfriend was wearing a mask
The
basically
whole
the
time.
entire time
Yep.
at the table, just chilling with us.
Yep.
So it looked like they were doing like the right things.
Yep.
They were not driving a truck that had a Trump flag on it, which
No.
we saw 3 different
3 of,
times, oddly
yes.
enough. So that was interesting.
Giant Trump flags, too.
Yeah,
I
just
didn't
rolling
know.
down the street with
Why?
Trump flags. Because they're big Trump fans, I guess.
Yes.
So,
And the dude in InfoWars t-shirt.
yeah, InfoWars t-shirt, true. Is Auburn's an area.
It is. It is an
Yeah.
area.
So that was our
But I
trip for
think they
yesterday.
agree with your rant on Comrade Newsom.
Yeah, that was our rant. I just don't like the food meals. Like, I don't care, man. If you want to make me buy an appetizer for the group, it's fine. But like, I don't gotta get an entree to have like a beer to.
Well, and
peruse
even
it.
Newsom did come out and say that like you can't just order buffalo wings; it has to be a meal.
So frustrating.
And I'm like, I eat buffalo wings as a meal, but
So
that doesn't
frustrating.
count.
All right. So let's go on this case.
Shit.
All right.
We'll rant some more after space. So
We will.
these are Kettle
In
sours.
between.
As you can see, they're all red, which probably means they're all going to be raspberry or strawberry or fruit punch or
Some red
something
thing.
like that. So of these beers, we can tell you that one of them we had. Yeah. Oh, We also went to Burning Barrel. I'm sorry. After we left Moonraker, which has great beer, we went to Burning Barrel, which is actually fast becoming our favorite spot in that area. One of these kettle sours is from there. It's actually the beer that inspired us to change today's tasting from barrel-aged beers to kettle sours. We just think it's that good, and it was only available in Crowlers, and we wanted to taste it again and talk about it a little bit. So I picked up a keg from there and some cans. It's great. If you're ever in the Rancho Cordova area, Burning Barrel. It's great.
Yeah, they roped up a bunch of the parking lot, had some tents up, some shade. It was pretty well done. The beers are always really good. And then there was a food truck there, and they allowed us to get
one appetizer, one nacho plate. It was really good,
which were amazing. Not as good as the taco truck at.
But it was all from scratch stuff.
But it was all from scratch. Good sauces, good dippings, the cheese meat ratio. It was great. It was great. Even the chips were handmade. It was all yummy stuff.
Oh, the picture looks really good on the beer too. The beer's got a nice line. All right, so let's talk about the beer again. So these are all kettle sours, like I said, fruit punches, strawberries, raspberries, cherry, something like that. We've definitely had. Actually, I've probably had all of them before. Shane's not as big of a kettle sour.
Not a huge kettle sour.
I'm not going to remember what any of them are, except for I'm pretty sure this is the Burning Barrel, but that's literally because we drank it yesterday, so it's kind of fresh in my mind.
Yep.
So we're going to start, especially today, with appearance and then smell, like we do normally. I wish I had some coasters. I don't know if I have any.
Where are they?
I don't know if I have any, honestly.
What are you looking for?
I was going to grab a couple coasters just so I could line the beers up and rate them and taste them. Yeah, that's fine. That'd be good. That'd be good.
Use the back of my phone.
Not a big deal. It's fine. So let's talk here. So look at so number one. So if I'm just going to line them up for a second. So if I'm lining these all up personally, I feel like I got to rate them as far as what I think is the best and give that one probably a 10 here because these are beautiful beers, and then sort of go down from there. So this is going to be like a slide. So I'm grading on a curve today.
Yes.
For appearance.
We're grading on a sour curve.
Just FYI here. So I'm going to take a look at each one here. So this one's kind of pale.
Yeah, I'm not. I like the color on one.
It kind of reminds me of strawberry. It's a very strawberry color.
Right. I'm trying to compare it to 5 here. See, it's a little bit darker. It's not quite as pale as 5.
Yeah, it's a little more strawberry, I think.
It is.
This clearer one is great though. This is.
I don't like the clear one. I
I
don't like for a kettle sour. I think you're supposed to get a little bit more of these darker colors. So I actually like the color in 4 better than 2. I think 2 is actually probably my least favorite color.
Hard, man. This is hard. These are beautiful beers.
I'm going to go with you. I'm going to give the 10.
3 is probably number 10. That's a fucking gorgeous
It's 4
beer.
It's
Yeah,
4.
you're 4. I'm sorry.
So
this is a gorgeous beer.
Yeah, this is a gorgeous beer. So I'm going to give that a 10, and then I'm going to give number 1 a 9, and then number 3 and 8.
I actually really like number 1 here. I'm gonna give it, or number 2 here. I'm gonna give it an 8.
It's not number 3 and 8.
My least favorite is actually number 5. I think there's something about the color on it that isn't working.
My least favorite is 2, but
issue.
5 is second.
5 is my least favorite. I'm gonna go 7 on 5.
And then 6.
I'm not gonna go that badly. I think several of these are very, very equal. Honestly, I think I'm gonna give a 9. The 9 to I think 3 to this one. And then I think I'm going to give this one an 8 because I actually kind of like the clear. Oh, I gave it an 8 already. I like the clear color. This is also an 8, I think. So I got 8, 8, 9, 10, 7. I'm super confused.
Oh, you got 2 8s.
1, not 8, 1. Messing me up.
Actually, I can do 2 7s.
Andrew Stein says it's unsettling that number 2 looks like Kool-Aid.
I'm with Andrew. That's my point. Is this looks like Kool-Aid? It's a little watery looking for me.
Wait till you see the can. If I'm guessing right.
I don't know. Other than
2.
number 2, other than the one I think what it is.
I shifted mine. So the numbers are right.
Oh, okay. That would make more sense. Because I'm gonna get confused.
I was getting confused. So I shifted mine. So now we're on the right number because otherwise I was getting confused.
There we go.
So all right. So smell. These are kettle sours. They should all be fragrant.
Big aroma.
Should definitely be fragrant. So that's nice. Oh, hi Andrew. Thanks for joining us. Andrew's my friend from Chicago. Started watching a couple weeks ago. I just sent him a bunch of beers this week. He seems very happy. He's already a big fan of Almanac.
Don't blame him.
He loved the loud. He loved the. I believe he sent him the loud hazy. I think the double.
Oh yeah.
He loved that. He liked Green Monster, the one that we really enjoyed during our tasting.
Oh yes.
And then we should hopefully be getting the beers from Chicago on Tuesday. But FedEx is a little iffy right now because it was like Saturday and it was like Monday and it was Tuesday. So who fucking knows?
We'll get them eventually, and then we'll do a Chicago tasting.
That's the plan.
We'll have to make sure we let Randy know. And hi, Winnie.
Oh, hi, Winnie.
Don't know if you're still watching. Tell Randy hello.
It's good. It's got some tart. I'm not getting the fruit in it.
I'm not getting a big smell. I would expect to get a lot more aroma out of this.
I'm gonna give it a 7. I'm not super firm on that.
I'm with you there.
This does look like Kool-Aid. It smells like Kool-Aid too, but that's kind of a plus.
I guess it is supposed to kind of smell like Kool-Aid, right? It's supposed to be really fruity.
Oh, this is like a 9. This smells great.
It does smell very Kool-Aid. I'm gonna give it an 8.
What was that? Number 2.
They're just so full. I'm gonna spill.
Oh, the smells on this are nice too. This number 3 here. 3. I can smell the fruit. I think it's probably a strawberry.
A little more tartness in this one than the
I'm
first.
gonna go 8 on it though. I think.
I will as well. I like the tartness of this one.
Oh my god, this beer is so good. I'm giving it a 10. It's like vanilla-y.
Are you already tasting?
No, just the smell. The smell on this beer is amazing.
They're smelling number 4.
Yeah.
Well, he was like, it's so good.
It's just
so I'm
amazing.
sure.
It's just
It looks great. It smells great. Like it's like a vanilla smell in it. There's like I want to say. I'm pretty sure it's raspberry.
I think that's what it was.
That's good. That is good. God, I wish we could ship some of this to you guys.
No, it may explode.
It will actually explode. Don't ship sour beers, guys.
You could do it on during winter time.
Oh, this one's fragrant too.
Ooh, yeah. This one's
Yeah.
got like
I know,
a
because I just had
Kool-Aid,
a shit
you know,
in my
fruity
room.
smell, a cherry.
Oh no.
This is no, this one's 9. This is the biggest difference between the smell from this one 9.
I like this.
Oh, that's good. Man, this is some beautiful smelling.
It smells
beers
better
there.
than it looks, that's for sure.
Damn.
All right.
Damn, we're getting some tasting now. Woo! Remember, if you have any questions aside from this, Corey like to wear shirts that have sleeves. Ask them, we'll certainly be happy to answer. All right, let's move on to number 1 here. It's very tart.
It is, but not overly tart. It's actually got a little less fruitiness.
There's not a lot of fruit. It's not very fruit forward.
It's much more. This is much more, I think, traditional sour than
Then the
fruity
more
sour,
the more fruity Kettle.
which isn't
fruit
bad.
sour.
I mean, it's
good.
It's got a really good flavor to it.
Super drinkable. I can drink a pint of this.
Oh,
I
yeah.
can drink more than like a pint of this. Honestly, we're gonna be challenged to put some hearts and get through like all of these sours. Don't worry though, we'll do it.
We'll figure it out.
We'll do it.
You know,
We're gonna be
sacrifice for our audience.
That's right, we're gonna
what
stay
we do.
strong.
That's what we do. Let me try this one more time.
I like it. I'm gonna give it a 23, and then I'm gonna give it like a 16. I'm gonna give it like a 3 also for drinkability.
24. The aftertaste, I'm going to bump it down to 15 just because it is a little bit, there is a lot of bitterness that comes up, but I agree with you. It's overall drinkability, I'm going to give it a 25.
It's a good beer. 40,
40, 64,
44,
71,
77.
8.
All right, I'm just gonna finish it. Whatever. But they're gonna whatever. It's good though. It's good. I'd be shocked if we got a bad beer today. To be fair though, for Kettle sours, we almost never buy a Kettle sour sight unseen. We won't go to like a brewery like an Almanac or whatever and be all like, "Yo,
That is
give
true.
me." Well, unless we've been to the brewery before and we just know that Kettle sours are great, so technically we will. But that's
I guess that you probably.
that's because it's a filled work or a burning ground place where we
Oh, yeah,
had
you would have
multiple Kettle sours that have always been good. I wouldn't go to like a normal brewery that I love Kettle sours from and just randomly like buy a sight unseen Kettle
I got
sour.
you there. I got you there. A little hot out there?
But they were not doing a show out there. We're doing a show in Fantasyland.
I do. It is. It looks much more official. I mean, you know, with like the table.
I've got 3 options for this.
We look. You know.
I got options.
We might need to buy some extra ones. You know.
If we buy a green one. I can figure out how to green screen. We can just put like horns on the background and stuff.
I don't think Facebook would allow that. I'm just gonna say.
We
Or
just
YouTube.
went X-rated.
Why did I go to board?
Because you're Corey.
Ah!
Anyone
wrong with
surprised
me?
that Corey
Did you
jumped
mean
straight to
unicorns?
I meant unicorns. Yeah, unicorn.
Unicorn. Unicorn porn? No, we don't need that. No.
So here's the story of the background. So once upon a time, there was a guy.
Interesting.
He had a daughter, and she was young, and he lived in a boony ass town that didn't do shit. And he really wanted to do a princess party for his daughter. But the ones in the area were kind of overly priced, and they were kind of marginal, and they were super packed, and they were way too full. They were usually oversold. So he talked to the people that he knows that are friendly, and he ran one. Well, actually 3. We ran 3 of them.
Tell that story, right?
Oh, my bad. What did I miss?
I went to a princess party.
That's true. But
I
I
was
went.
crazily oversold, and I left pissed off because I
This
spent like $50.
This is true. So we did go to a foreign. We did go to a show, and it was really, really cool. And Amber was really into that. So I was like, "Oh, we could just fucking throw one, right? Like whatever." So we talked to Andy Sue. town event organizer extraordinaire. Also,
Yes.
guy who knows fucking everyone.
He threw the first one without him, I thought.
No, he was in the first one. He was in all of them. Yeah. He's great at sponsorships.
Yes. You can get them.
So we threw one. We threw a beautiful princess party. We threw 3 of them actually, and they were really, really popular. They always sold out. We got all the local photographers to come in and donate their services.
Yep.
We got caricature artists to come in. We pay. It was actually probably one of the more fun events I think we did. But after 3 years, my daughter kind of outgrew it. And frankly, if my daughter's not going to go to the thing, I'm not that interested in throwing it all on. Nobody else wanted to step up and do it. So it died. And I have backdrops.
Our daughters did participate. Our children.
Yes, his daughters all actually were princesses.
We had a Tiana
Yeah, all 3.
and
Tinkerbell.
Tinkerbell and a Merida.
Tinkerbell.
It was awesome. It was a really, really nice event. If anyone watching this show wants to start one up, I'm happy to send you my notes. It's actually really fun. The kids loved it.
He'd probably allow you to use the backdrops, but he's certainly not going to give them to you because I think this is
Now we got use.
That's right.
All right, so that's my story on why we have backdrops. So let's move on to number 2.
Number 2.
Kool-Aid.
Oh yeah.
Oh yeah.
Why are you saying that?
Okay, because we're drinking Kool-Aid and it's the Kool-Aid Man.
Oh, I thought
I think
that was this.
I think this might have been better fresher. I feel like the flavor might have gone a little cloying, and I feel like I recall this one.
But it's got some other stuff. There's maybe some vanilla in
I
there.
think this might actually be oh yeah.
Yeah. If that is the case, then we nailed
This
it.
might actually
That might be
oh
why
yeah.
Denise is losing her stuff back there. Because we said, oh yeah.
Which is good. It's strawberry fruited sour. Which the taste is coming through. It's just a
It's
little.
got some strawberries.
It's a little overly sweet right now to me, and I'm not sure if it's always that way.
And it does have, the finish is a little off-putting. It's sour, but not sour. It's more front of the mouth sour. So
Yeah,
it's
like
a
the
little,
aftertaste has got a little off. I feel like maybe this one just didn't age super well.
and that could be. So I'm going to give it a 13 on the aftertaste. I do think that overall the fruit taste is pretty good.
I think it's worse than the first one, though, personally.
Yeah, I'm going to give it a 23.
21. I didn't drink it. I'm not sure I'd want to drink like a whole lot of this.
I don't think I could either. And again, I also don't like the color, so I'm going to have to rake it pretty low on drinkability. I'm going to go down to like a
Yeah, it's just
21.
I mean, my apologies. This might be an age issue. This beer might be a few
And it
months
could be.
old. It's
But
hard to
by the
say.
same token, sours I think are supposed to be okay with a little more age. You know, it's not like it is with IPA.
Yeah, I mean, it's not bad. This isn't a bad beer. I have friends who would love this beer. I think it's very drinkable. It's just not as good as the first one, for sure.
We do palate cleansers between beers, Andrew. Sometimes we've had food. We usually have at least some water. We've had snacks before. Amber made
We've got
poppers,
pretzels,
pretzels,
we've got all
So-
kinds of stuff. We try to do that. We try to do a cleanse a little bit, especially if the tastes are going to be very important.
Yes, yeah. So we'll at least usually drink some water or something. But
Plus, usually we just feel bad after bashing our face with fucking 95 IBUs at every IBA.
it's pretty much, yeah. I answered the next question. Thank you, though.
Thank you, executive producer.
15,
All
30.
right, so I got 73 on number 2.
48, 51. I got 72.
All right. So next story. On a related note, in addition to this thing, I also did a daddy-daughter dance when Mountain House was young because I wanted to do a daddy-daughter dance with my daughter, and no one else was doing one. So I threw 3 of those too, and then no one else wanted to pick it up. Well, actually, that's not true. David Pombo and Relay Flat picked it up for a few years, but then no one else kind of wanted to help, and it died too. So people now go through them.
Well, the events have kind of gone by the wayside. Like even Relay for Life.
Nobody wants to pick
them
them up.
anymore.
The moral of the story, people, is if you live in a town and you want that town to be great, you got to do your part. And when the people that started the things have done it for a few years, someone has to step in.
Right.
And they have to take over. And it has to cycle through people every few years. Nobody, well, not nobody, but most people do not want to run a thing for 10 years or 15 years.
That's right.
Once my daughter's aged out of the princess thing, I'm not really that interested in throwing a princess party that I don't make any money from.
For example, the Lammersville dinner auction that Pombo runs every year, but that's not kid centered; it's adult centered. So I could see you keep doing that, beyond.
Right, yeah.
But in a couple more years, I don't have any kids in the school. Why would I want to give my time and effort and energy not to benefit my kids? Not that might sound selfish, I guess. That's possible, but at some point, and it does, you just get burnt out. You're just like, I don't want to be the one in charge of this anymore. I just like to go and attend and enjoy the event. So other people have to pick it up. So
God, how many events have we been to, Amber, where I'm running around like a chick with my head cut off because I'm afraid something's going to go wrong?
right, and you don't get to enjoy the event. If you're the event organizer, you rarely actually get to enjoy the events.
I mean, luckily, I usually work with a group, so we each sort of got little breaks. Like, I could sit down with my daughter and get a character done at, like, Royal Fair, whatever. So, look, I'm doing a character.
Right.
Like, whatever. Like, stuff like that. But, point is that, especially when the kids are young, like your town or your kids' experience is what you make it. So, it's within your power to do what you want to do. So, that's my only other story about that sign. All right, let's move on to beer 3. And then we can talk about current events or something.
Beer number 3.
All right, this is beer number 3. I've got this as a 9 on appearance and an 8 on smell.
I went 8.
That's the one we have.
Ooh, there's a.
Ooh.
What number are you on?
We're on 3.
3.
It's really tart, like really tart.
There's almost like a
dainty sort of taste, right?
right, like a rhubarby, vegetable-y, I don't know what it is. There's something in there that's different from fruit.
Yeah, that's fair. It's good. The aftertaste, the actually gives me like a cannabis sort of reminder somehow. I don't know if it's really there or I'm just
Having not
expecting it to be
consumed
there.
cannabis, I don't know. It is legal and it's okay to consume. I just haven't.
I could be wrong.
I don't judge. You can consume.
Am I right, Amber? Is there like a small cannabis flavor at the end of this? You want to try it?
Not telling me. Oh, they want me to taste it?
Yeah, taste it and tell me. Oh, we're going off camera. We're only on 3.
Around?
It didn't make any sense to have it go 1, 2, 3, 4 because these are numbered, so it's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. I shifted them. Don't
But
worry.
this isn't actually number 3.
No, it really is.
Yeah, it is.
It used to be the one that was in slot 2. You handed it to us. Because
Yeah,
everything
you
was
said it
pushed up a
was.
number.
You said it was 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and all we did was move it up and over.
Moved 1 over there. And moved
This
the door.
was not number 5.
No, that's number 4.
That's number 4. This is number 5. Here, it's actually sits here.
Yeah, we did it this way.
This is number 4.
So, I don't know. It's
I believe they shifted them correctly. Then I did something wrong.
Uh-oh.
Might have fucking shenanigans.
Besides not this.
Well, we at least
So we can put them back in the order you gave them to us. It's not a problem. We
No,
know
they're on number 3, they're saying. What number you want?
we're on
3.
3.
And I'm pretty sure I had that one in vanilla.
It's fine. Don't worry about it. Just leave them the way they are now. We'll put them back the way they were before, and we'll figure it out.
Yep.
It's not a problem.
We'll figure it out.
I mean, the pretty girls in the
I'm not
middle,
big-
which makes it much more difficult to figure out. But whatever. I'm not a huge fan.
I'm not a huge fan of this one. It's not very fruity. This is if the other one was Kool-Aid, this is watered down Kool-Aid.
Yeah, I think that's fair. This is fine. This is the worst one so far. I'm going to go 20. The aftertaste is just not doing it for me. I'm going to go 13.
In the the aftertaste, I don't like it all. I'm going to give it 11 on the
19,
aftertaste because I don't know what's in there.
50, 69. I don't know. There's something about it I'm not a big fan. Like the aftertaste is just.
And it's the drinkability is just not
All
there
we
for
did
me.
was shift them over 1. Because the way you gave it to us.
30,
'Cause
50,
you gave it to us like this. Like this.
66.
Right, this is how you gave it to us.
So that's number 4.
This is how you gave it to us right here.
So
Right. And all I did was move this one off.
Right.
And slide them over so that the number matched what you said they were.
So yeah, I certainly wouldn't want to drink a lot more than that.
We should do 5. We'd be fucking shit out. We should do 4. So I give that a 6.
We're supposed to be getting
Yes.
some woodworking stuff. Hey, Kelly Hendricks.
Hi, Kelly.
She does. She used to do a lot of volunteer stuff and help out with, didn't she?
Yes.
Yeah, I think sorry for your loss, Kelly. Pretty sure that's right. But yeah, she's a. I want to say she was like a teacher at Wickland.
She was.
Who was pretty involved, and she
She
moved
was.
to
We had already talked
something
about
kind of more like on the coast-ish, and she's like she was like a VP or something. I think.
Yeah. Yeah, she was actually my
She's
eldest.
really nice.
My eldest child's teacher.
Oh.
She also did, I think, ASB.
Yeah, she totally
Yeah,
did.
so that was,
Yeah,
and
that's right.
my oldest was in ASB. Actually, my older two were both in ASB.
All right, so now we're not even sure what beers we're drinking, but whatever, it's cool.
We'll figure it out.
We're
I
drinking
think
it.
I know 2 through 4.
Okay.
It's my last 2 that are mixed up.
All right.
Oh man,
no
those
worries.
french fries look good.
All right, no worries. All right,
Well,
we're gonna move on to the next beer.
We're on to number 4, which is what Andrew's rooting for
Did you see the other comment?
No, I didn't say comment.
from Kelly.
Yeah.
Oh, what'd you say? Hi.
She just said, and you just got started.
Oh. All right, we're moving on. All
I
right.
think it's just this one.
I'm not lying to you. This thing smells and looks so good. Like If you're watching this, you should be jealous you don't have this in front of you.
It's, I mean, it's like liquid gold.
God, it's good too. It's the vanilla is there. Like it's vanilla sort of.
Oh, I mean, it jumps out.
Like a deep vanilla, like a good vanilla, like a vanilla.
It starts
bean,
with the
like a
coating
good
of vanilla, and then you get the sour on the sides and back of your
man.
tongue.
God,
But
this is
nothing overpowers everything else. It's just really, really.
Mine is a hair in it. That's cool. Fine.
Are you guys just
We can buy it. We're almost done. We can, yeah,
I don't want to make your burger.
we're almost done.
This
You
is.
should make
Well,
your own
Andrew,
burger.
when you come out, we'll make sure to take you up there. You just got to come out here from Chicago. You know.
True story.
This is. I think now again.
It's great.
I'm not a huge sour fan
That's great.
traditionally,
It's like a 27.
but I can kill this.
I want it to be a little bit more fruity to be perfect.
I agree.
A little more fruity to be
There's-
perfect.
there's-
It's almost more vanilla than
It's
fruit.
too much vanilla for fruit comparison. I mean, fruit for the ratio.
But I mean, that's like fucking nitpicking now.
It is. No, it is. But that's, it's just like on the cooking shows. Like, you can't make a perfect dish. There's got to be something that can improve. I would just say a little bit more. Wow.
The wife made burgers today.
Would you like to see it? There you are. They look pretty.
We'll be having some of those in a bit.
Jalapeno beer bacon jam.
Jalapeno.
This
beer
is the
bacon jam.
gluten-free one.
I don't know, can you see the gluten?
So yeah, we'll be having burgers afterwards.
But I think the other thing, though, is the vanilla makes it drinkable. The vanilla makes it easier just to keep going, as opposed to the sours that just like batter your tongue. Eventually, you get tired. Your taste buds just get tired.
I can see that.
But I'm gonna give this like a 27
That's
on
why
taste,
it's so good because it's crazy what we're saying.
No, I tried the jam.
18 aftertaste.
I want 17 aftertaste. Something about the aftertaste isn't like perfect to me. It's not
Right.
the most appealing thing. I give it a drinkability score of the same as taste actually.
Yeah, I'm gonna give it a 27 in drinkability.
Because I really do think it's almost. I wish that they could somehow get the fruit to be just a little bit more forward.
I agree. I totally agree.
47.
So that's
47. I got an 81. That sounds right. That sounds wrong.
I give this bad boy a 90.
Should have 91.
92.
91 on mine. I reverse math that. I was like -3, -3. Yes. That's how you do it. Common Core bitches.
Common Core.
Thank you, Comrade
We
Newsom.
have a couple comments really quick. Number one is a shout out to Kelly. She's reminding you she's a principal now, and thanks for the shout out.
My bad. I was close. To be fair, I just said she moved to be a vice principal. I didn't say she is not a principal now. Oh yeah.
And she'd also like smell-o-vision.
I agree.
Oh man, I wish.
Really
I wish
want
we could
some
give you some
smell-o-vision
smell of some of these. These are fragrant beers, man. Fragrant beers. Congratulations on being a principal if it's new. I'm really not sure. Sorry, Kelly.
Number 5.
Number 5, let's do it.
Oh wait, I'm gonna drink water.
This one, oh yeah, it's a good call. This one has that really nice Kool-Aid smell. I give this a 9 on smell though. I thought it was really, really good.
I did like the smell in this one too.
It seems weird to be rating a beer super high because it smells kind of like a good Kool-Aid, but that's totally what you want, which is funny. You want to be able to feel the fruit or the fruit punch, or be able to smell it and sort of get an idea what you're going to taste.
So now you know what I want to do here, Corey? I want to take the vanilla from the last one and add it to the fruit frontage.
Right, the fruit is
this
right
one.
here. This is
The fruit, it's a little sour on the
There's a little sour on
aftertaste,
the back end for sure.
but the fruit on this, the
Strawberry,
initial
right?
taste, is it's just popping.
Yeah,
It's
strawberry
really,
right in your mouth.
really good.
Nice. Yeah, it's good.
Apparently, we need to make a road trip to Chicago, is what I'm told. I'm gonna give this a 28
I mean,
on
I'd be stuck on fucking pizza like all day.
He also said
Just tell us when it's not
he'd
snowing.
smoke up some baby back ribs.
Yeah, we're in. Just tell us when it's not snowing because I don't believe in the cold weather.
I don't know that I'd want to go to Chicago anymore.
Giant stuff, right?
I don't know. Maybe Chicago.
Yeah, the aftertaste, I'm going to ding it a little bit just because it is a little on the sour side for me, but not terrible.
It's more like a 16 on the aftertaste. I'm not.
I went
super
15
happy.
on it. But drinkability, I'm also going to score just a little bit less, but only because of that. I'm going to go down to 25.
It's definitely my
just because
second favorite beer today, but I don't think it's particularly close.
I think it was
to the
just as good at aftertaste and drinkability as number 1. I think they were both very comparable.
I think it might be a little better. I'm going to go 24, 24. I think it's just a little bit better there.
So we got
60,
40,
40, 56. I got 80 on that one.
40, 75, 84.
All right, so
Not surprisingly,
let's recap some scores here. So
May to October is snow free.
so what we
Well, and if we're going to Chicago, I don't know about you, but I'm going to baseball game. I got to go to if I go to Chicago and don't go to Wrigley Field, that's just wrong. It's just wrong.
okay. I mean, I just want the fucking pizza, frankly. So whatever. Oh, by the way, Andrew, just so you know, when we do the Chicago tasting, probably next week, hopefully, the wife's going to make from scratch Chicago-style deep dish, which we will fuck up on camera so you guys can see how well my wife can cook. And if someone sends us beers from Detroit, I will make from scratch Detroit-style pizza, and we'll fuck that up on camera, too.
Right, can we get any beers from Detroit? I don't know anyone who lives in Detroit.
Literally Brett, Carosin, and Jill. But outside of that, I don't know anyone else. But Brett and Jill live in Detroit. That's the only people I know.
We'd have to message them. Does he drink? He drinks beer, doesn't he? Right. I think he does, yeah.
They both do, I think.
So here's my recap. Beer number 1, I got 77. Beer number 2, I got 73. Beer number 3, I only gave 69. Beer number 4, I gave 91. And beer number 5, I gave an 80. So my rankings went 4, 5, 1, 2, 3.
I got number 1 got 80, 72, 66, 92, 84. So mine went 4, 5, 1, 2, 3.
Well, same ratings. How about that? So now we need the big reveal. Amber, you want to get us some cans and tell us which ones you think is which ones? Okay, I'm going to ship these back to the way she gave them to us so we're not confused. Okay, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. You guys saw that on camera when she told us that at the beginning.
That's correct.
It's very clear.
All right.
Okay. Was this number 1? We
Number-
think this is number 1.
Number 1,
That sounds right.
lemon berry. It does. Bike Dog lemon berry.
That sounds right. This is a good beer. It's really
we'll go
good.
through and discuss them all.
I'm actually surprised. I really like
Number
it.
2.
That's right.
Number 2 was
Oh, the Kool-Aid one. Okay.
Sherbert
okay.
Herbert
Yeah.
sour
This
ale.
is what I had as number 3, but this was definitely number 4.
Yeah, that is number
Yeah, this
4.
is 4 for sure. I think. Oh yeah, it was 3 then probably.
But you said there was a lot of strawberry in the last one, and this is very strawberry forward.
We'll be able to tell from the color if you pour it
Where's
into the
that pour
glass. Just pour it.
What one do you think this one is?
I think that was the last one.
So that's
But I
this one.
thought I had
so
it
this.
listed as
I still have.
number 4.
So I
Okay.
still have the last one right here. So this is still
Right.
a beer from us. I'm just gonna pour this in here and we'll compare. No.
That's
Nope.
not the same.
So then that must be number 4. I think I just
No,
swapped
this
the
is-
3.
2.
That looks like 2.
Yep.
Yeah, this was 2.
Okay, so then maybe this was the
This was
last
2.
one.
Well, and because you were laughing because we said 2 was the Kool-Aid, and I said, "Oh yeah."
That's why I was asking when you said that.
That
Yeah.
was 2. That's 2.
I think it went like this.
This has got to be 3. This has got to be 2.
And this was
That's
1.
1.
1. So what's the shoe tree? Pour me some.
Oh, maybe the last one was just number 8.
Yeah, pour some shoe tree somewhere.
Okay, yeah, this was the same one that had the same color as 4, and we were talking. I think that was 1.
These are different. This looks like 1. I think that's 1. I think that's 1.
So it goes like this. Oh yeah, it's number 2, right?
No,
Yeah,
I'm
this-
pretty sure it's like this. I'm pretty sure it's right.
Yeah, but you said the last one was way strawberry.
Yeah, but it doesn't mean we're right.
Of course not.
And I've still got. This
No,
is,
no, that's it.
Yep, that's
Oh,
it.
okay, I see. That's the last one.
That's
Okay,
Yeah,
so I
this
only
because this is
swapped
still
the 2.
number 5.
Yes, the 2 got switched, yeah.
There we go.
You're right. You know, actually, and now that I know it's a fruit punch, it's actually not strawberry forward. Try it again. It's clearly a fruit punch.
Yeah, that's why I was.
Yeah,
that's
it's
why I
clear- it's
thought.
clearly a
Oh
fruit
yeah,
punch.
it was number 5 because that one is very
Yeah,
strawberry
it's
forward.
clearly a fruit
Yep.
punch. I think. All right, so we're pretty sure we got the order now.
So we'll start with number 1. Sherbert Herbert from Shoe Tree Brewing. They're sour. They call it a sour ale. Let's see if they give us any descriptions. Sherbert Herbert is an American-style fruited sour ale packed with passion fruit, lime, and raspberry. I get that.
Yeah, I got
This
all
beer
my
is crushable and pairs well on a hot day.
I think that's fair.
I think it's fair. We brewed Sherbert Herbert to celebrate our friends, the Herberts' marriage. Oh, cool.
Congratulations.
And it was such a hit, we decided to can some up, making this beer not only refreshing, but also a toast to eternal love.
Okay, so I've been to Shoe Tree Brewing twice.
Where?
It is in Carson City, Nevada.
Carson City, Nevada.
We go up there whenever we go to see Heather and Jim. 'Cause it's only like another 45
Shout out to
minutes
Heather and
past
Jim.
their house. It's a cute little spot. It's not very big. It's probably no bigger than my front room plus the kitchen, really. It's not very big. Lots of beer
food
options.
section.
They also do an on-tap root beer, like an in-house root beer,
Ooh. Cameron
which is
knows
nice.
this
And there's a joint like right next door you can order from. They'll walk the food over to you, which is pretty nice actually. Good people, good beer. They did promise to send someone I know some beer
I never did.
because they took some cool photos of some of their beers, and they never sent us any beer. Just saying. If you watch this video, Shoe Tree, yell us some beer.
Oh.
Well, Well,
You
they said-
promised us some beer.
You say we're gonna.
And
send
by
you some
us, I
beer.
mean them, because not me.
Okay, you promised us some beer. All right, that's all I'm saying. We don't make it up to Carson City enough. We definitely cannot make it to Carson City now because it's freaking COVID season, and our friend is not someone that you went to go see.
No, actually, the health
Yeah.
issues there
During
are
COVID
serious.
issues. So yeah, not great there. So
No, both
So
of them
Shoe
really.
Tree, yeah, both of them. So Shoe Tree, Sherbert Herbert. It's a cool ass can though.
It is a great can. 6% ABV, 8 IBUs, which I don't know why you would put IBUs on a sour, but
They probably just put ideas in all their stickers.
everybody does now. It's a thing. But I don't know what SRM stands for. Does anyone know what SRM stands for on the beer? I don't know. It says for SRM.
It's called Sherbert Herbert, right? So I'm actually gonna,
Sherbert Herbert.
I'm actually gonna record all these in a spreadsheet now.
Well, if it says
Yes, you need to put it on the beer explaining.
for SRM, who did they say the beer was brewed for?
It was brewed for
the
the
Herberts
Herberts.
blending. I think SRM is some sort of, I don't know.
I wonder if there's a sour rating. Let's see if any of the other ones have it. Let's see. Bike Dog. Beer number 2 is Bike Dog.
It is the
Lemonberry.
standard reference method, or SRM, for one of the several systems modern brewers use to specify beer color.
Oh, but what is the scale? Like IBUs, I know.
That was
It's a
beyond my
bitterness
Google
scale.
search.
Okay. Thank you, producer. I also do like this can too, the lemon berry. I gotta be honest. I'm a big fan of what Bike Dog does. Their beers.
I gotta go there. Because I gotta pick up a bike jersey if we go there for real stuff.
I agree with you. I want a Bike Dog bike jersey.
Pick up a bike jersey.
I think that's fair. So again, the lemon berry sour, 5.2 ABV, lemon and raspberry,
Pour me a little.
and it says.
I'm pretty sure it's the right one. This is the lighter color one, right?
But not the clear one.
Oh no, I just tried it. Yeah, I think. Okay, so
So I think Oh Yeah was.
lemon raspberry, right?
Oh Yeah was number 2, right? Wasn't that the one I said was Kool-Aid?
No, yeah, 3. Oh, yeah, 3. I think. I don't know.
No, he kept saying, "Oh yeah." I was
You're holding
two.
number 2.
Yeah, you're holding number 2.
Yeah, but I thought.
I thought you guys decided number 2
Yes.
was. Oh yeah.
Fuck, dude, we're fucking bad at this today.
Yeah, this was number 2.
Oh, okay. So number 1 is Sherbert Herbert. Number 2
Hang on
is
just
number 3 is Bike Dog. So this should be there. My bad.
Yeah, so we'll go back to number 2 then. Track 7.
My bad.
Ooh,
We're recycling. You're gonna hear about Bike Dog again.
you
Goddamn
will.
it.
Well, we like the Bike Dog. So it says, Oh Yeah, but this is not the Kool-Aid guy. It actually looks like, I'm guessing someone at the brewery, but I don't know. It looks
He's also
like,
got the stigmata, which is a little weird.
that's a fair point. It is kind of strange. I don't think it is actually. I think it's supposed to be a chunk of fruit flying at you.
Looks like a
But-
hole in his hand, man.
It looks like Michael Chilkis. I'm just going to say that.
That
It
gives
looks
me
like Michael
nightmares.
Chilkis. Do you know who that is? The guy who played,
No, it's there.
the
The
thing-
lemon, the lemon's there. The lemon's there.
Yeah. the guy who played the Thing in the really bad.
No,
Fantastic
look.
Four.
No,
That's
what he
Michael
needs
Chilkis.
is the dude from The Shield.
Also, again, Shield, which
Lemon
is
is
a
that
great
one.
show.
Oh, you're right. The lemon is there. No, this is what I'm pouring. No, this is what I'm pouring. I think. I don't know. If I
And
can
it just
No,
says
he poured me.
anything on the can? No. Kettle sour ale with strawberry flavoring. It's kind of worrisome, but it's a 7.7, so
Alright,
this
so-
will mess you up.
So this is our first BBT where we got confused on what we were drinking.
It is.
Kelly says who's on first.
She's making a fair point there. She was making a fair point.
I got nothing. I got it. So number 3,
Stuff
Bike Dog
happens.
again. It's Bike Dog. It's fun.
We love the Bike Dog, and it says this pleasant kettle sour has raspberry juice and lemon peel for a tart, citrusy beer that is light and refreshing. And we have extolled the virtues of Bike Dog before because we talked about them last week.
Yeah, we picked them up a few weeks ago. We really liked them actually. Number 4 was Burning Barrel. The thing is called
Cheers,
Power
Kelly.
Blend. Who are we sharing?
Cheers, Kelly's logging.
Bye, Kelly.
Ooh, this is gonna be a lot of beer. Power Blender.
No description on that because it's a
It's
crowler.
a Acai.
It's a Acai
Oh, that's right. So there's
Power
science.
Bowl.
That's right.
Acai
Sour.
powder. Yes.
Acai. Is it Acai?
It's
Is it
Acai,
acai?
I think.
I
It's
don't know.
acai.
I don't know.
It's
But this stuff will really mess you up. Did you see the ABV on
Whatever,
this
just
bad
pour
boy?
me this BZ.
Did you see?
yes.
9%.
tastes-
I would never, ever,
Look at
ever
this.
It
guess.
tastes nothing like a 9%.
No. I mean, look at that. It's gorgeous. It's gorgeous. It's absolutely gorgeous.
Oh,
It
wow.
smells great.
All right, and the final beer here is a New Glory. We talked about New Glory before. They're among our favorite spots in Sacramento. Honestly, they're probably our favorite spot before we found Burning Barrel, which I think is probably our favorite spot.
I agree. I mean,
mine personally. The wife might have a different opinion, but
the facility was small
what was that?
when it was open.
Burning Barrel or New Glory?
But I also
Burning Barrel.
appreciated they tried to make it like a community thing because when we would go, they had board game days. Remember that?
Oh yeah, I love
People
New
come
Glory. I
in.
think they're great.
So the facility inside was a little small. When we went yesterday, we dropped off some empty kegs. They hadn't quite opened yet because the food truck wasn't open until 3, but they did. Good. They are open for food and drinking on the side there. It's we love New Glory. We love the restaurant too when we go there. But this was just the tap house.
So,
And it's called Fruity Kibbles and Bits.
So, is a duo. It's actually, there's two kinds. There's electric blue and fierce red. You guys clearly have the fierce red. Was inspired by a longtime friend of the brewery, Sam Blackman, but we knew him as Officer Blackman, who patrolled the area around Curtis Park Brewery for 3 years.
That's awesome.
Curtis Park is their original location. It's kind of it looks like an auto shop, like one of those auto shoppy strip malls. Yeah, like an auto shoppy sort of strip mall, where it's usually just a bunch of pull-ups, and usually you see like a transmission place and that sort of stuff. It's right there. It's a nice little spot. They opened it up pretty nicely. The seating's pretty good. They're always super friendly. There's usually a line right now if you're on their beer release days, which is typically just a good sign, I suppose.
And to answer your question, Andrew, I don't think you can ship crowlers because they explode.
Yeah. Also, you can't ship sours in general.
You
they
can ship crowlers.
Sours
I've had
explode,
them shipped. Don't ship any sours during the summertime.
The bigger concern is the sour versus the crowler.
Is it what it is?
Yeah.
4 with Burning Barrel.
This one, the New Glory Fruity Kibbles and Bits, just says fruity kettle sour condition on mixed fruit purees with natural flavors added. This one was brewed in honor of our furry friends, which I like. I'm pro pet. We got cat. We got dogs.
I'm pro fur.
I thought you were anti-fur.
I'm pro everything.
Well,
all right. So I can tell you. Okay. So my only real comment to after another beers is that when you know that this one is fruit punch, I know we said strawberry. It's clearly fruit punch.
You are correct.
Yeah.
You are correct.
It's weird how you get a flavor, but when you know what the flavor is supposed to be, that flavor sort of, I don't want to say emerges or changes for a little bit. It does a little bit though. Mentally, you start to make different recognitions. I think.
When our oldest child, did a science fair project, we did a project where you took different colors with flavors. So a strawberry popsicle or strawberry lollipop was green. And did that change how you tasted the lollipop? And the answer was yes, it absolutely did. The visual does have an impact on what you're doing. So you do, at least in part, taste with your eyes. Proven by science.
All right.
And not this fake hokey science that said COVID is, not the flu and it's not going to kill us. Because it's not the flu and it's not going to kill us. COVID's fake. That's sarcasm.
All right, I think that's probably it for today's show.
I think so.
We're going to eat these bomb-ass looking burgers our wives are just eating in front of us.
Really? My wife already finished hers. Look at that.
So we're going to eat that, and we will see you guys next week. I think the goal for next week is going to be either the Chicago's or the barrel-aged.
Barrel-aged.
It'll be the Chicago if the wife decides that she wants to go to the store and pick up the stuff to make Chicago-style pizzas.
No, I will go to the store to pick up the stuff to make the Chicago-style pizzas because technically I should.
Oh, I'm saying it's a trek. There's some shit involved. Oh yeah, the burger. Wow, the burger comes up really good.
Oh, I like
great idea.
Andrew has a great idea.
Oh, what is it?
Andrew wants us to, as we're tasting stuff, have them be able to predict what they think we're going to pick as our favorite beer just from the water. Open up for predictions. Let us know what you think.
I like it.
We will start next week. I like that idea.
I like it. So I think that's probably going to be it for today.
That's it.
So next week, probably some barrel-aged sours or the Chicago's.
Well,
Hopefully
if you do barrel-aged, you can't do
not sour. I mean
which one you'll like.
barrel-aged.
Yeah, but you can't do which one you'll look by appearance because they all look the same.
Pretty much.
Yeah, so barrel-aged will be an interesting experience. I do have 5 barrel-aged options, including a 2017. Oh, he's got something too. And 2017 Goose Island, which I know Andrew asked us about specifically. So I have a 2017 Goose Island.
Is there something about the Chicago folks in Goose Island? Is it out that way? Is it an Illinois beer? Because Randy loves Goose Island.
It actually is, I think.
Okay, now I'm
beer, honestly. So we've got some nice options there. We got the one Goose Island. I've got some other options.
If we're going to do the
Bourbon Anderson Valley.
We're going to need some big food like
Oregon,
pastas or something because that's going to
it's going to be really, really hard. I think we might want to see if we can get a guest star to help with that because I feel like those are going to be heavy beers.
They are going to be heavy beers.
So we might want to look for a guest star. So we'll see.
I bet Randy would like to do it.
I'll bet Randy would like to do it.
We may invite Randy as a guest star. I think it might be pretty fun. So
if he's willing to hang out with people outside his bubble.
We have to check.
True story.
Oh yeah, apparently it has been. That's Andrew confirms.
It's
Goose Island is there. Well, thank you all for joining us.
Thank you all. Remember,
Happy Sunday.
remember to go to our YouTube channel if you can and just subscribe. We only post like once a week, but we have to get to like 1,000 subscribers, and then we can start doing the lives on YouTube instead of on Facebook, which
Yep.
I think will just be a little bit easier.
Yep.
Even though probably slightly less convenient for some people, but we'll post links, whatever, and you can still go watch on YouTube.
Correct.
And then we can potentially get to a bigger audience, and more people can watch us drink beer and rant, because who knows how long we're going to be in quarantine. The more people
Forever.
watching us makes us feel better.
Forever.
So like it, share it, check out our YouTube.
Yep.
All the videos, every video we've done is up there at this point.
Yes.
Um,
Beer splaining.
not
And
fantastic.
beer splaining on Instagram.
I will post a link on my Facebook too for those
I will
watching.
as well.
So that's going to do it for us. Everyone have a good week, and hopefully you guys all get to go have a beer of your own. If you do, Brewer's Friend Beer Party Tasting Sheet. It's actually really fun to just like blind taste test your
I
beers.
agree.
If you got some friends, you want to do a little tasting party. It's more fun than it sounds
And,
like.
there's no reason we can't set something up to do this virtually. I
We
suppose.
can. We can find the same beers. We can virtually do a taste test. It'll be great. So that's it. We're going to sign off. My wife's going to push the stop button
Stay
now.
safe and healthy.
Have a good day.